In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 easy freelance jobs that you can start doing today to earn money online. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so in this video, we're going to be using a site called Upwork, and Upwork is a great site for freelancers to earn money online. This is kind of an upgraded site to a site like Fiverr. If you don't know what Fiverr is, check out my other video. I'll have a link to that, but Fiverr is kind of a lower tier site. You can get some products and services done for much cheaper there, and I teach you how to do gigs on Fiverr if you want in the other video. Upwork is more higher end. You can find higher end items like people doing data entry. You can even find legal services on sites like Upwork. You can't find stuff like that on Fiverr, so Upwork is considered higher end. Generally, you can make more money on a site like Upwork. Now, Upwork, I actually used this site to find gigs for myself several years ago while I was still in college. I did some of these gigs that I'm going to talk about. I actually did these myself. So you can see I actually have a profile here. And just within the past few years, I no longer look for services. I no longer actually look for jobs for myself on Upwork, but I actually find other people to do different jobs for me related to my YouTube channels on Upwork. So I do use this site quite frequently. It's an excellent site, and if you want to start making some freelancer money, Upwork is probably one of the best sites out here. So in this video, we're going to go over 5 different easy freelance jobs that you can start doing today on Upwork. So all you're going to have to do is come on over here to Upwork, sign up for an account, and then you're going to have the search bar up here, and you can search for different jobs. Now, one thing I want to mention, if you do Upwork for a while and you get reviews on Upwork, kind of like Yelp or Uber or whatever, you'll get reviews after you do jobs. And if you get enough 5-star reviews, people looking for jobs will actually search out your profile in Upwork and actually go to you and contact you about doing jobs for them. But if you're just starting out, you're brand new, you're going to actually have to go out there and look for jobs yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So you can see the search bar right here. I just typed in transcribing. I actually pulled them up on other tabs, so we won't have to search through them. But all you would have to do for the first one, we're going to go over 5 different types of job. Transcribing is the first one. So you would just type transcribing into the search bar, and then it would pull up all these different jobs, which we'll take a look at on this other page right here. So you can see I pulled up this one, English audio transcriber. So in order to be able to do this job, all you have to do is be able to understand what I'm saying to you right now. So if you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth through this YouTube video, then you are qualified to do this job. English audio transcriber. There are people in other countries. There are people who are English is not their first language, and they need videos or whatever transcribed onto an actual Word format like a Word doc, because it's much easier for them to understand as opposed to listening to it, which can be more difficult for people if English is not their first language. So you come over here, you can see what they're looking for. Hello, I'm looking to get a few conversations audio transcribed for my court hearing. They range from 15 minutes to about an hour and a half long. We need a quick turnaround time. So basically, they have court hearings, they need it transcribed into Word documents. It's easier for them to understand. So you can just come over here. You can see all the information about this client. You can see they posted 2 jobs. They haven't posted a lot of jobs. They've spent about $100, so they haven't spent a ton of money on this site. But in order to do this, you need to be fluent in English. So if you can understand me correctly, then you're pretty much qualified to do this job. I'm not in the Central Time Zone. Sometimes they have weird qualifications. They want you to be in the Central Time Zone. I'm in the Pacific Time Zone, so I do not qualify for this job. But even if you don't qualify, you can still submit a proposal, and potentially they will still give you the job if they like you. Now, one thing I want to say, if you're brand new, you're just starting out on Upwork, so what you do is all these people submit proposals about what they'll do, and I would recommend if you're brand new that you want to give a price that is very low. So you're going to want to do, like, say, $5 an hour. Your offer is your proposal. You'll do $5 an hour to transcribe these audio files that he wants. Now, that's not a lot of money, but your beginning goal, if you're just starting out on Upwork, is to get a good review, a 5-star review. That's really your only goal. You're not really working towards making a ton of money. So you would complete this job at about $5 an hour if you got accepted for your proposal, and then they give you a 5-star review if you did a good job. So make sure you do a good job. And then after that, every other person that you submit a proposal to, you're going to have a 5-star review on, and they're much more likely to pick you. So over time, you can start, for your proposals, you can start offering more and more money. Maybe your next one, you'll say, I'll do it for $10. And then maybe after that, you'll say, I'll do it for $12. And then eventually you could work your way up to $30 an hour, which is not unheard of at all for this type of work. If you're a very qualified Upwork freelancer, A lot of these people, you know, they will be actually contacted by these people, and you can offer your services for $30 to $40 an hour, and people will gladly pay it if you have a lot of 5-star reviews. So again, to start out, you're going to want to lowball yourself just to make sure you can get some offers, and then you can start going for higher offers later. So let's look at another actually transcribing offer right here. You can audio transcribing right here on this page, and you can see what this person is looking for. I'm looking for someone who can help me on occasion to transcribe interviews recorded in audio. I would like the transcriber to use intelligent verbatim transcription where you write down every word. You can see they don't know write, but you can write down every word, but without irrelevant fillers like yeah, you know, etc. To improve readability, you can also fix grammar mistakes, broken sentences, and long paragraphs. That's all you have to do. Again, very simple work. If you can understand me correctly, you should be able to do this type of job right here. And you can see all the information about this and about the client right here. They're in Stockholm. So obviously, English probably isn't their first language, which is why they need help transferring this English audio into written text. It's much easier for them to read it on a document as opposed to listening to it. And you can see they've spent $40K on this site. So they spend a lot of money. They hire a lot of people. So you potentially could easily get a job with this person. And they're giving out an average of $34. Think about that, $34 hourly rate for this type of work. Audio transcribing, you're just listening to a document, writing it out on your keyboard into a Microsoft Word doc, then you send it over to them, and they're paying $34 an hour. I know that's a lot more money than a lot of people watching this video probably make. I know a lot of people have, you know, hourly rate jobs of like $15 an hour. So that's very good money. Now, starting out, like I said, you probably won't get this type. You probably won't get $34 your first job. You're going to have to submit a proposal for, say, you'll do it for like $15 an hour for this work, and then you can work up and make more and more money over time. From there, let's go to another type of service on Upwork, and that is virtual assistant. So virtual assistant is another type of job you can do on Upwork, and I pulled up a job offer right here, virtual administrative assistant this person is looking for. We are looking for a virtual assistant with flexible hours for data entry and administrative duties. Training will be provided. Note that you will be working remotely. So you're going to be working from your home. You don't have to go anywhere. Work from your home, and they're going to train you. Think about that. You literally don't need any skills at all. Just write a good proposal letter, say I'm willing to do whatever you need to get this job done, and they will train you exactly what you need to do to be successful on this job. You know, activity for this job, there's not a lot of qualifications. You just have to be willing to work, and they will train you with whatever you need. Virtual administrative assistant is a great way to make money on Upwork. Now, you can actually go to other sites. I'm not going to talk about the other sites, but you can find a virtual administrative assistant in like India for really cheap. But a lot of people, they don't want to deal with Indian administrative assistants for whatever reason. They want someone they feel is more qualified in a first world country. So they'll come to sites like Upwork and hire like an American or a Canadian or Australian to be their virtual administrative assistant. They have to pay more money, but they like, for whatever reason, dealing with someone in a first world country. So this is another great way for you to earn some side income. From there, let's go to the next offer, and that would be voiceover. So if you have a decent voice, you don't even have to have a decent voice. Just don't have an absolutely horrible voice. If your voice cracks all the time, whatever. I don't think I have a great voice myself, but I have actually done some voiceover. Not a lot. I don't really like doing it, but I have done some voiceover as well. So basically, anyone can apply. Well, for this specific offer, you would obviously need to be a female. I don't identify as a female, so I would not be able to apply for this job. But you can see for this one, they're looking for a female voice talent for a 24-hour recorded message. We're a medical supply company looking for a female voice artist. At this time, we are looking for an African-American or Hispanic female to represent our company. Your voice will be heard when people call into our voicemail. There are a total of 5 recordings. We want to hear your voice. To apply, please record and attach or paste a link to your version of recording. So basically what this is, you know, whenever you call into a large company, you know, like say you have, I don't know, like say you're calling into Dell, like you bought a Dell computer, you have to call in, and then you call in and you get a voiceover and be like, oh, none of our assistants are currently available, so please click this number. That's basically what they're asking you to do. For, you know, a lot of companies want a female voice. It's more reassuring. It's more, it's just engaging. People just like having a female voiceover for a lot of things. So you will probably find more female voice talent work if you're a female, but there is definitely male voiceover work that you can find as well. And you can see this one pays about $9.80 an hour. So it's not a lot of money. But to be honest, you really don't have to do a lot of work. You don't have to do any data entry. You don't really have to do any type of thinking at all. They'll just give you a sheet and you just read off the sheet. That's all you have to do. So this is a great job right here. If you have a fairly decent voice, you don't want to have to do a ton of work. You can make some really good money just recording yourself. Obviously, you'll need some sort of microphone or whatever to record yourself. But that's not that expensive to get. The microphone I have was about $80, I think, off of Amazon. I'll try and remember to leave a link below to my microphone, but it's not that hard to get started with something like voiceover. I know that sounds very difficult to people to get into, but it's actually very easy to get into voiceover type work on sites like Upwork. So the next one we're going to be talking about is data entry. So right here, a lot of companies, and this was actually, I'll go off topic for a second. My first job after college was data entry. I was working for an insurance company, and basically they would, the insurance agent would scan in these documents that people were right on, and then we would have to transfer them into another sheet within our system. Is pretty stupid. I don't know why they couldn't just have them put it onto the sheet directly, have the insurers type it in when they were actually filling out the information, but whatever. So a lot of companies need data entry. They just need information transferred from one sheet to another. It's incredibly boring work. I've done it before, but it's also very, very easy to do, and a lot of companies still need this. There's lots of different systems. They don't match up, and they need the data transferred. So that's what this is, transfer data. Transferring data from one document to others will pay more for more experience. So again, starting out, you're probably only making like $5 to $10 an hour. Over time, if you keep doing jobs like these and you get good reviews, you could potentially make $15, $20 an hour doing data transfer. This one actually has a North Carolina. You have to be in North Carolina. I don't really know why that is. Potentially this is an error. A lot of times the companies, the people who make this, they'll put where they're located, and they'll accidentally put, oh, we want to look someone located in North Carolina, which really shouldn't be necessary because you're going to be working from home. So you can still submit a proposal even if you don't live in North Carolina, and potentially you could still get the job. But data entry is another great way to get into freelance work on Upwork. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the last one, and that is writing. So a lot of companies need some type of blog or some type of, in this case, book review. They need some type of writing done, and they will pay people to do it on Upwork. So as you can see with this one, it's just book reviews, and it says, hi, we need someone passionate about reading books and also reviewing the books. 8K total spent on the site, so they spent a significant amount of money on the site. So basically, they just need you to read a book, and then write a review on it. I don't know why exactly. Maybe this is some kid in school, and he has a decent amount of money, and he doesn't want to do his book report, so he's paying someone else to do it. I don't really know why this person is requesting this job, but you'll find a lot of jobs like this. Book reviews, blog posts. There's a lot of these big, very big websites who have different 10, 15 different articles posted on their website every single day. And a lot of times they just freelance out the work, and they'll have someone else write a review. You need to write about biotin. If you don't know what that is, it's for hair and nails. So write a review about this new biotin supplement, and you'll just write a review for whatever. Because these sites, these large sites, they'll have millions of views. So they'll get tons and tons of ad revenue, and so they're more than willing to pay someone $20 an hour or whatever to write a review on a specific product or a specific type of book. So there you go. Those are 5 types of ways that you can easily make money on Upwork. Okay, so just to finish off, again, the 5 things that we were talking about is transcribing, virtual assistant, voiceover, data entry, and writing. Those are 5 easy ways to start doing freelance on Upwork. Now, one thing, like I said, I mentioned earlier, if you're just starting out, when you give your proposals to people, you're going to have to underbid everyone else just to get reviews. That's what you're going for initially. You want to get 5-star reviews, so make sure you do a good job. Once you start getting a good 5-star review, 3, 4, 5-star reviews, then you can start upping your price, start matching the price of everyone else. And if you continue to get good ratings, then you can potentially overbid everyone. And eventually, if you start to get 50 to 100 5-star reviews, people will actually find you through Upwork. You won't actually have to go look for jobs. People will contact you directly and be like, hey, we saw that you're, a great person on Upwork. You have all these 5-star reviews. We'd love for you to do this work for us for, $20, $30 an hour. So Upwork is a great site to make some side income, or potentially even do full-time income freelance work on Upwork. I'll have a link below to Upwork if you want to check it out. A great site to get started with. If you have any questions about this video, be sure and leave a comment below. Thanks, everyone. Be sure and like and subscribe if you're new here, because we will have more great content coming up soon. Have a great day, everyone.